to my channel. If you're new here, then hello, hi, welcome, grab your snack. I've got mine. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my 1 month on keto. Keto Guido. That is I. So many of you guys have been asking for this video both on my YouTube and on my fitness page, which I'm just going to shamelessly plug right now. It's SophieBBeauty. I will more than likely be mentioning it non-stop throughout this video, so you may as well just follow me right now. Let's save us a lot of time. So I have been on keto for 1 month. I did have a break yesterday. I had a little cheat day, which I'll talk about in a bit. And I did a keto for a month and I am down 16 pounds. Not anymore from yesterday, but the day before that. 16 pounds I got down to. Yeah, I lost 16 pounds in 1 month. And this video is basically just going to tell you guys kind of what I did, what I ate, how I feel about keto, and I actually asked you guys on my fitness page for any questions that you guys want me to answer as well. So we're just gonna talk about it all and discuss it all. So we will basically start. I will just give you a really brief summary. I basically started keto because I needed to drop my BMI, because if you guys did not know, I have breast implants. I got implants and an uplift. I will leave those videos down below if you guys are interested in them, but I really want my implants out. I went in February after doing PT for 8 months and getting in a really good shape with my body, and they basically said that my BMI was too high and I needed to lose scale weight. Scale weight was never ever anything I was really interested in shifting. Like I said, I was doing PT. I did PT for 9 months and I only ever managed to shift 17 pounds. And that was it for the whole 9 months. So it was never really like a goal of mine to look at the scales and see a specific number or to have lost a certain amount. It was more of like, what does my body look? How do I feel? How does my brain feel? Like, is my mental health okay? Am I okay? And then everything else was just gonna, you know, go on from there. But then when the doctor basically said, yeah, you need to, like, your BMI needs to be lower, and the only way to lower that is to lose physical scale weight, I was like, great. And then obviously the world went into a lockdown, including here in England and the UK. We went into a lockdown, my love, and like most people, unless you're weird and you manage to lose weight in lockdown, most of us gained. And I was one of them. I gained basically nearly I've got a hair, I'm so sorry guys. I gained a stone. I gained a stone from March till about September. I was heavier than I was when I started my PT in June before. I was self-conscious, I was insecure, I was sad, I was really I was not in the best mental state whatsoever from my weight gain. And then when like the gyms and everything started opening up, I went back to the gym and like obviously, you know, started working out again, and my weight did not shift whatsoever. I didn't even lose 1 lib. I call them libs, by the way, they're pounds. I call them libs, I just find it funner. I didn't even lose 1 of those. I was like, oh, this is just not going well. And then all of a sudden, I decided to go to Trafford Centre one of the days, don't ask me why. And I saw one of my old managers and I was like, girl, you look amazing. And she basically said that she did keto. And I was like, okay, let's just look more into it. I was familiar with keto. I've known quite a few people who've done keto. I've known of keto. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard of it at least, or at least knows somebody who at least knows somebody who's done keto. So I actually knew a few people that had done it, and like I said, I was quite familiar with it already. So I was like, okay, let me look more into this. And I actually saw her on the Thursday, and I had my friend over on Friday. And I baked like a cake and something really nice and food. And then I had a weekend, and then I started keto on the Monday. So on that weekend, I basically researched everything to do with keto. What is keto? How do I do keto? How do I achieve keto? Why am I doing this? How does it, you know, everything. And then I started on the Monday. And 1 month later, here I am, 16 pounds lighter. And that is basically why and how I got into keto and my weight loss down from it. I will say that in the first week, I lost 7 pounds. Now the first week, as far as I'm aware, you lose loads, like everyone does. And I think it's water weight. Like I said, I've only done this for 1 month, so I am still a newbie, so please don't shout at me. If there's something factually incorrect, please let us know down below. If it's an opinion incorrect, let's just keep those to ourselves. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that like the first week, the majority of people lose a lot, and you lose a lot more in that first week than you do like the rest of the time, like, and each week. Like the first week I lost 7 libs. I probably won't lose 7 libs in 1 week again. If I do, hello. But yeah, so the first week you do tend to lose a lot, and then you just gradually just keep losing for all the other weeks. So basically for the other 3 weeks I lost 9 pounds. So yeah, I was really like shocked. Like I was impressed. Like even if I lost like 3 pounds I would have been happy, but to have lost 16, like that's insane. Like I've gone to a different stone bracket. To me that's just like mind-blowing. So I know a lot of people are always interested in kind of like what people eat on keto, and like meal ideas and meal plans and what have you. So the biggest thing that I can say to you guys is plan ahead. Plan ahead. Do not wake up in the morning and think, what shall I eat today? Because it would just be so confusing to try and make sure that you're in your carb deficit and everything. As far as I'm aware, for ketosis, obviously I'm pretty sure it depends on your calorie intake, but I'm pretty sure it's 50 grams of carbs a day is your ketosis. You're in ketosis. Now a lot of people, myself included, stick to the 20 grams. The maximum I think I've ever done is 25 grams. And I think the biggest like leeway I would give myself is like 23 grams, but I always try and stay as close to 20 grams as possible. It's super low carbs, like I said, like the 50 grams, but most, like I said, do 20. And then super high fat. And your protein can be high, but not as high as your fat. Your fat needs to be the biggest source of macros or type of food that you have that day. And quick ways to get fat is adding butter to everything, like real butter, not margarine, olive oil and cream. Those are like the 3 biggest ones. And then get fat bombs as well, which are like little snacks that are just really high in fat. Those are your best ways to add fat to pretty much everything you can. Add your cream to your coffee, add it to like desserts, add it to some foods, and then just literally cook everything in butter and oil, which is what I do. That frying pan has never been used so much in its life. Stuff like a tracker will help. So I use LifeSum, and I'm pretty sure my Fitness Pal will give you your macro amounts as well. But yeah, I use LifeSum, and that's how I make sure that I'm always very low carb and really high fat. And Pinterest is a great way to get like recipe ideas and food ideas as well. And I also incorporate intermittent fasting into my keto. You don't have to do both. A lot of people feel like, oh my god, like I'm not fasting, am I in keto? And a lot of people are like, how do I do keto if I'm not fat? Do you know what I mean? Like they're 2 completely separate lifestyles, diets, plans, whatever you want to kind of call it. They're 2 separate things. Intermittent fasting is, you can do that with keto, you can do it with Slimming World, you can do it with high protein, you can do it with a normal lifestyle, anyone that's not dieting or anything. And then keto is its own diet, lifestyle, plan, whatever. I just do both together. I have been doing intermittent fasting for 1.5 years now, and I love it. I think it's the easiest thing for me. I'm so used to it. I fast for about 16 hours a day. Sometimes I try and make it about 18. I think the highest I got was 22 hours, was it, I think? I really want to do a 24-hour one by the end of the year. Like, that's my bucket list, is to do a 24-hour fast by the end of the year. I think I might try and do it next week. And a lot of people always like, you know, how do you do intermittent fasting and everything? And the best thing I can do is like start small. I always try and say like start for 12 hours a day. Like finish eating at 8 p.m. and then start eating at 8 a.m. I usually break mine at 12 noon by having a coffee, and then I will eat at like 2 o'clock. But sometimes I just won't have the coffee in case I don't need it, and that's when I'll start it at like 2 or 3 o'clock. I'll start eating. I've never ever enjoyed eating early. I really struggle with eating early. I struggle just functioning and being awake early in general. So like eating as well, like that's just too much for me. So yeah, my tips for that is like, and also make sure you eat food like when you're going to close your fast, make sure you eat food that's going to keep you full. And with keto, it works perfectly because keto, you're eating a lot of fats, and your fats is what's going to keep you full. I find so many times that I have to tell myself to eat because what I've had previously has filled me for so much. Like I could easily get away with half a chorizo, some cheese and lettuce all day, and that's it. I have to like tell myself I need to eat to keep me going throughout the rest of the night, because you are so full anyway. So make sure you're eating something that's filling, and start small with your fasting if you want to try that. But like I said, you don't have to do both. Like you don't have to fast to be in keto at all. The two separate things that you can do together if you fancy. So yeah, I do that. So like I said, I will kind of break fast around 12 noon and have a coffee. My coffee, when I have it, is high carb. Now it's about 7.5 grams of carbs in there, because the milk I use is 7 grams of carb per 100 ml. That is a choice I make, and this is what I mean by planning ahead. Never just wake up and be like, what can I do today? What shall I have today? Plan ahead, because if I have like 7 grams of carbs and I don't really like factor in what else I'm having for the rest of the day, I could be touching like 30 grams of carbs, which I know is still in keto, but not in the keto that I want. So not in my 20 grams. I can have my 7 grams of carbs in my coffee and still only hit 20 grams of carbs, because I planned ahead for what each meal is going to contain. So yeah, I have my coffee, and then my favorite kind of lunches are like half a cucumber, 1 tin of tuna, and some full fat mayonnaise. Get yourself your full fat shit back, guys. Like any of you guys who have been on like other diets or like gym diets or anything like that, go and splurge and go back and buy your full fat stuff. None of this extra light, lighter than light, low calorie crap anymore. Let's just go and get us our full fat stuff. So full fat mayo is my favorite. I also love having, what else do I have for lunch? 2 rashers of bacon, 2 eggs, either fried or scrambled, and some spinach is a favorite as well. Try and get some green into your meals as well. Like it's so easy just to completely forget that part of food, like vegetables and like lettuce and like all that. You can't really have fruits because those are high in carbs, but like it's so easy to forget like your full nutrition. I always try and add some green wherever I can. Lettuce is a great one, cucumber is a great one, and spinach are great ones, as well as asparagus actually. Those are some great greens that aren't high in carb. And I also love like my wraps that I do. So you can use like a lettuce leaf and put some like chicken in there, some bacon, some cheese, and wrap it. You can do the same with like a piece of like beef and put some like bacon in there, chicken in there, cheese in there, and wrap that. What else? If there's any food that I had for dinner the night before that's left over, or same with lunch, then I can just have that the next day as well. I tend to eat the same things every 2 days. So like every Monday and Tuesday I have the same lunch and same dinner, and then every Wednesday, like, do you know what I mean? Just because it's only me that does keto, Tom doesn't. So when I buy stuff, it's enough for like 2 people, so I have it over 2 days, if that makes sense. And then some of my favorite dinners, I love beef at the moment. 20% fat, none of that 5% anymore. It smelled so different. Like I remember the first time that we made the 20% since I started keto, and I was like, it smells like a fun fair. It just smells so good. And I was like, it doesn't smell like this with the 5%. I was like, it's all the fat. It's just the fat, just it smells so good. So yeah, we kind of have like mince, so you can always have like my favorite one that I just made the other day actually. Oh my gosh. So you fry your mince, add some like onions, garlic, salt, pepper, blah blah, fry all that, put it in an oven dish, add some cheese and some mayonnaise, mix it, add more cheese on top, bake it, give it to me. It was amazing. That's one of my new favorites. Beef burgers, but obviously with no bun. Add your cheese and your bacon, and then get a lettuce and put that as the wrap. Chorizo, cheese, lettuce. What else is another dinner I really like? I feel like I need to look at my Instagram. Oh, like any form of like chicken wing as well. I love when we get rotisserie chickens, they're fit. Oh, we did this beef mince, cheese, burger sauce and lettuce. Like basically just like anything that's like got beef in, I love at the moment. Steak, love steak. Oh, and then I can do like a taco bowl, which I've done before as well, which is like beef mince, salsa, cheese, lettuce. Those are 2 different types of cheeses as well. Add some mayonnaise or some ranch in there. My favorite snacks are, I love pepperoni sticks, pepperoni slices, chorizo slices, pork scratchings. If you don't like pork scratchings, I feel sorry for you, bro. If you do, keto is made for you. They are ridiculously low in carb, very moderate in protein, and huge in fat, which is good. Pistachios, I eat those by the bag ton. Why they're so expensive, I wish I knew. If you like sweet stuff, I have these are expensive. This little bag here, which has little, I'll show you how small they are so that you can grab those. That's how small it is, right? You get 4 of them, £2 for that bag. If you can get them from TK Maxx, I highly suggest you do. They come in a multi-pack that way, and they're like £6, so definitely get those instead. But these are great. I only have one and I'm completely full. And then I also order from the Kinetic kitchen, which they do donuts. They actually do fudge and they do cakes. And they're all keto friendly, and they do vegan ones as well, I'm pretty sure. They're expensive. I did a 6-box pick and mix and it was £18. The biggest thing that I will say to you guys is I am a sweet tooth person completely. I've always been, and I've always struggled with that. And if you are and you want to try keto, just be prepared to spend money. Either spend money on pre-made sweet stuff like that and like the donuts, or be prepared to spend money on getting brand new ingredients. Like, you can't use flour, you can't use sugar, none of this. You need to be buying coconut flour, almond flour, oat fiber, what else? Ground almonds, erythritol, which is like sweetener. You need to buy like a whole new baking cupboard. So just be prepared for that is all I will say. That was like the biggest shock to me, and I haven't really found any other keto pre-made like sweet stuff that's like relatively inexpensive. Everything is just so expensive. So if anyone knows any that are like low-key that not many people know about or whatever, please leave them down below. That's been like my biggest struggle personally. Like I said, I am a sweet-toothed person. Although another way to get like a sweetness in me is like I'm pretty sure they're Robinsons, like the 3 cal and 10 cal jelly pots. They're really nice. They're super low cal. They're okay for carbs. They're not that great for fat, but it's just a great way just to get something sweet in you, which is relatively inexpensive and extremely handy. Like, they're in the majority of supermarkets. But yeah, that's pretty much what I eat and what I have been eating. And I've also dropped my Diet Coke intake down by quite a lot. If you're new here, you might not know, but I can easily drink 3 litres of Coke a day. Diet Coke, not full fat. Ugh. Oh, no, I hate that taste so much. I could easily do 3 litres a day, absolutely no problem. And I've dropped it down. My most that I try and do is 2 glasses, which is like a pint and a half. But there are some days that I do more, there's some days that I do way less, so it just kind of depends. But I have dropped that down a lot as well, and upped my water intake. I just feel like they've got like fluffy stuff all over my nose, man. Yeah, I've upped my water intake a lot, and I've had a bit more squash as well lately, like just to get a bit of sweetness in me. Because squash is relatively low carb for like however much you put in there, obviously. How I'm feeling on keto, absolutely amazing. I love keto. It's by far the best diet thing I've ever done in my life. It is all the foods I love. Like, find me a diet that you can eat McDonald's on. Okay, like, I love keto. When I'm making it, when I'm cooking it, when I'm shopping for it, when I'm getting ideas for it, even Tom's like, this is like the perfect thing for you. You're so happy, and like, it's all the food I love. And yeah, I've had to risk my sweet stuff, but I'd rather risk that and be able to know that I can eat like bacon and I can have mayo, and I've got so much freedom with it. Like, it makes me happy so much. I love keto. I by no means at all think keto is a long-term thing for anyone. I don't see myself being continuously in ketosis for like 3 or 4 years. I see it for quite a while for me, because I am just so happy on it. And after yesterday's cheat day, I've never felt so poorly in such a long time. I felt so lethargic. I felt so drained. I just felt so exhausted, so quick on from having so many carbs, and my body was just like, no babe, it's not working out. And I literally just had to lay down for a few hours yesterday with like the window wide open, and just to cool down, because I just felt so poorly and so unwell. Oh, and that touches on, I didn't actually suffer from keto flu. I was completely fine. I just naturally just kind of went into keto. A few people do get keto flu. Someone said a top tip for if you do feel like you get keto flu is add salt into all your meals. Just add salt. That really helps with keto flu, but I didn't get it, so I'm sorry, I can't help. But yeah, I think keto is amazing, and I feel incredible on it, and I love it, and the fact that it works is just mind-blowing to me. But I don't ask any questions. I look at the scale and I'm like, ah! And it works by using your fat as your energy source. I can't remember if I said that before, but how it works is like you eat your high fat because it uses your fat as your energy source instead of carbohydrate. So yeah, like I said, make sure you plan ahead, but also just like speak to other people, like speak to people who are doing keto as well. Like I'm doing it, so you can message me whenever you want. But like if there's people on Twitter that you find or Instagram that you find that are doing keto, just like ask them like, oh, you know, do you have any tips, or like what's your favorite meal, or do you know what I mean? Like Pinterest, TikTok as well. TikTok's great to get like quick meal inspo. But Pinterest will literally be your best friend. Right, so let's go this. So what is keto? We discussed this. It's high fat, low carb, uses your fat to burn your energy. Did you find it a struggle at first? I mentioned this before, like the biggest thing that you need to adapt to and the biggest thing that you need to get your head around is forgetting absolutely everything you are taught about weight loss, everything you are taught about diets. Just trying to get that through your head, like eat a piece of bacon that has been cooked in oil or in butter and know that that's gonna make you lose weight. That is the biggest thing. That is the biggest struggle. That like the first 2 weeks I was like, this isn't right. Even though I was weighing myself and seeing the pounds drop off, I was like, I must be doing something wrong. This must be like, this is broken. Or like in 2 weeks I'm gonna gain 6 stone because this isn't right. But yeah, it works. So you know, what's been your favorite keto meal? I really think the lettuce wrap burger was my favorite with the cheese and the bacon, but I also really enjoyed that little beef casserole thing that I did with the cheese the other day. That was so fit, so fit. Favorite keto dessert would be the keto donuts from Kinetic Kitchen. They were delicious, and I heated it up as well. Phenomenal. Do you plan to carry on doing keto after this first month? Absolutely. I don't see myself coming off keto again for a while. I feel like, so yesterday I did like a cheat day and I just was off keto all day. But what I think I'm gonna do, because I know it's coming up to Christmas, is instead of having like a cheat day, I would just do like a cheat meal. Like I might have a mince pie every few days, and on Christmas Day I know I'm not going to be in keto either, but I don't think I'm going to do it like this ever again. Like yesterday I felt so poorly, honestly. Would you recommend keto? I would recommend keto to people who are kind of like me, who need to drop their BMI down for an operation, or people who, maybe if you're getting married and you want to shift some extra libs, if you're going on holiday and you want to shift some extra libs. Obviously you don't have to change yourself for any of those reasons, but if you're in a situation where you need to lose weight and you need to lose weight quick, keto is a great way, especially if it's scale weight you need to lose, for example BMIs for operations. That's amazing. The surgeon and the hospitals and that aren't going to look at your body and be like, okay, yeah, she's got a really toned, great body, oh, so we'll do it. It's like, oh no, I don't care what you look like, what is your BMI, what is written down. Which is another reason why I don't really believe in BMIs and all that. I never have believed in BMIs. I don't think that's something that should be judged by people, but hey ho. But my surgeon needs it for me to get my implants out, so there we go. Top tips for trying keto: plan in advance, and sign up to Pinterest if you're not already, because they will be your best friends. Pinterest and planning. Top tips for intermittent fasting: start small. Start with a 12-hour fast. Whatever food you eat just before you finish eating is filling, and if you're doing keto with it, it will be, but if you're doing it by itself, just make sure that you're full. Like right now it's 25 to 3 and I haven't eaten yet, so, and I finished eating yesterday at 8:30, I want to say. I was a little bit late yesterday, just because we were just delayed with some stuff. So yeah, I am currently on a 8:36. I'm currently on an 18-hour fast at the moment, so yeah, not bad. What's been the hardest thing about keto diet? Literally just forgetting everything you're taught. Honestly, that is the hardest thing, is just forgetting everything you're taught about weight loss and just adapting it to like what keto is, and just changing everything, getting full fat mayo. That was like the biggest thing, and I always talk about it. I always talk about my stories. I'm like, full fat mayo? I can have full fat mayo? Like, it's amazing. Are you happy with your results so far from keto? Absolutely. I didn't even expect to lose like 5 pounds, so to lose 16 is incredible to me. I only thought I'd lose like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So to be where I am, wow. What's been the most difficult thing for you? Literally, honestly, is just changing your mindset. That's like just understanding that having a strip of bacon is good for you. Bacon is good for me. How to manage cravings? Just make sure you're full. Like on keto, honestly, like the amount of fat that you consume, you are going to be full and you will be full. So just knowing that it's a craving and not, oh, I really actually do want to eat that. It's more of just like, it is just a craving of, oh, I want this. Like, you won't feel hungry on keto, especially if you're eating enough fats. You will not feel hungry on keto. So yeah, that's the best thing I can kind of say is like, just know that it is a craving. Like, sometimes I'll be full and I'll be like, oh, I really would like a cake, but I know it's just because I'm used to eating a dinner and then having a pudding. So just knowing that it's either like habit or if it's just like a craving, as opposed to, okay, no, I'm hungry. Like on my fasting, like if I am like, let's say it's like 10 a.m. and I'm actually like really hungry, but I'm fasting, I won't starve myself and I won't push myself to do more than what I want to or more than what I'm comfortable to. If I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat and I will not fast that day or something. I'm not gonna punish myself for it as well. So yeah. And I only ever really get cravings when we go food shopping. Like if we're in the bread aisle and I can smell like donuts freshly made, I'm like, yes please. But apart from that, I never really ever fancy it. What made you choose keto and how is it different to any other diet / life change? Just by seeing people's results, people that I actually know in person and people that I know on Instagram, seeing their results, and I'm always up for trying something for the first time. I'm always up for trying something new. And I didn't really have anything to lose. I didn't really have anything to lose. Like, I was so insecure and so sad at that point in life that I was like, okay, I just really want to, you know, work on me again. And I really just wanted my implants out so bad, and I still do want them out so bad. So I was just like, I know that I've seen firsthand the results that people can have. Let me try this. And I honestly, like, I haven't looked back. You are hosting Come Dine With Me. Thank you. What culinary courses would you cook? A prawn cocktail to start with some lettuce and mayonnaise and paprikas. Dinner has to be a steak, always a steak. Steak and some asparagus. And pudding I would order from Kinetic Kitchen and get some donuts or some cake for everyone. What is your total calories for the day? I do not exceed 1,350 calories. I am usually in a much lower deficit. I usually struggle to surpass 1,000, and I think that if I was closer to the 1,200, 1,300 mark, I would probably have lost a lot more weight. I think my deficit is too low, but a lot of the time I forget to eat. A lot of the time I feel like I don't want to eat. So that's something that I need to work on. But my intake is the 1,350. I will not go higher than that. How do you get started on keto or a new diet? I'm really struggling. Research. I literally spent a whole weekend researching it. My TikTok search history changed, my Pinterest search history changed, my Safari search history changed, my Instagram following, who I followed on there, changed. Just do loads of research, honey. That's the best thing I can say to you. Reach out to other people who are doing keto. I'm always, you know, if you ever need to ask me a question, I will always reply. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer than usual, but I'm always there to help you and to reply. And Pinterest, honest to God, Pinterest is the best app ever, especially for everything, but like to change like a lifestyle trait, like to do keto. The amount of information on there, the amount of links on there, the amount of food prep, everything, like there's so much on there. So Pinterest, definitely. And just spend a couple of days planning. Like with keto, don't just dive in and just like wake up and be like, okay, I'm gonna do keto today, because you need to plan. You need to maybe you have to change your fridge, your food shop. Like just plan. That's all I'll say to you. Easiest way to get started / basic principles, e.g. low carb as past, etc. I have been low carb for basically when I started intermittent fasting like a year and a half ago. I've always tried to be as low carb, so I tried to stay in like the normal low carb, which is 90 grams, I want to say. I've always tried to do that. I would only ever really have starch carbs like potato or pasta when it's needed in a dish, like jacket potato and tuna, or like a shepherd's pie or spaghetti bolognese. But if we ever had like Sunday dinner, I would just never have any carbs. I would just have like meat and everything. So that was quite an easy way for me to get into it. But if you don't want to do keto and you want to start off low carb, just do that. Just stop having like rice with every single meal or pasta or potatoes with every single meal. Only have it with those meals like I mentioned, like that is a necessity for it. Like spaghetti bolognese, you're going to need spaghetti. Just basically just make sure that you're in your carb deficit and your fat is higher than your protein. Most surprising source of carbs was fruit. Fruit. How am I going to be portrayed by the thing that grows in the ground? Fruit, man. Fruit. Yes, I ate so much fruit yesterday. In one banana, there are 23 grams of carbs. There are more carbs in one banana than my whole day. So, yeah, that's the biggest surprise. When I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a banana, I was like, wait, what? I have a banana, or I can eat for the rest of the day. Yeah, that was a huge surprise. Can you share your meals for inspiration, please? Yep, I spoke to you guys about my favourite meals on here, and SophieBBeauty, I post them on there. My favourite keto snacks, like I said, pepperoni sticks, pepperoni slices, chorizo slices, pistachios, fridge raiders are a good one. And yeah, those are my favourite ones. Anything meat, just get meat. Meat. If you love meat like me, you will love keto. What apps are you using to track the diet? I am using LifeSum. You can use MyFitnessPal as well. I'm pretty sure they tell you the grams and the macros and everything. Meal plan recommendations. I spoke about my favourites on here already. And like I said, follow me on there. I'm just going to keep saying follow me on there on my Instagram and then do that. Tips for cravings. You're looking incredible. Thanks, vibes. Just remember, like I said, just remember that they are a craving, and it's not because you're hungry. Like, especially if you're doing keto, honestly, you will not be hungry. The fat will fill you up. Just know that it's a craving. And honestly, like, when you start weighing yourself, if your goal is a physical weight number, like a scale number, when you start weighing yourself and you see the weight drop off, it will change the way that you look at it anyway. Like, you'll be like, this craving isn't worth it. This piece of cake is not worth it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the best way I can say it. Just remember that it's a craving and not a want or a need. Not very relevant at the moment, but how is doing keto when it comes to eating out, restaurants, takeaways? So we're in tier 3 here in Manchester, so no restaurants or anything are open. I would easily just say, like, just always order meat. Like, most restaurants, like 9 times out of 10, obviously depending where you go, will do steak. Just get a steak. Try and go to a keto restaurant if you have any. I'm pretty sure we don't have any in here. If you guys know any in Manchester, please let me know, because I will be all on it. But I'm pretty sure we don't have any here in Manchester, and I don't think they're that popular. Maybe I could be wrong, I don't know. I'm just judging off only being on keto for a month and not really being allowed to go out for that whole month because of lockdown. But just ask them if they do keto, or try and get a steak with not much else on it. Like, I would get garlic butter on top of my steak and maybe some asparagus. But just try and always go for a meat option, like a pork option, a pork belly. Yeah, I don't like pork belly, but if you do like it, try and go for a pork belly, or like a duck. Duck is a really, really good fat meat. Fat meat. Just any kind of meat, babes, and then avoid the desserts. Avoid anything that's desserted, avoid everything that's deep fried, avoid anything that will have any form of sauce in it. So you need to avoid all your Asian stuff. Like, I love like Chinese and Thai and I just love all that, and I just know that all that sauce is just sugar, so you just gotta avoid it. You gotta take your sacrifices, guys. I want to start keto, but I don't know where to begin. Research. Find out what calorie deficit you need to be in, if you want to be in one, and then just start planning your foods. Like, what foods do you love? So go onto Pinterest. If you love chicken and you only ever eat chicken, is find chicken recipes. So you want to be eating lots of chicken wings, chicken like fat. Don't take the skin off. Literally, find me a diet that you can eat mackies and chicken skin and full fat meal. Honestly, it's worth it for that. Like, I give up my sweet tooth for that. Gladly. Research, honestly, babes, just only thing I want to get across to you guys right now is to research, plan ahead, and Pinterest will be your best friend. Those are the best tips I can give you. Sorry that the zooming keeps changing, by the way. I don't know how the focus is on this thing because my camera... but I hope this was really helpful for you guys. I won't be doing a 2-month one. I may be doing like a 3-month one, maybe like a 6-month one. I don't know yet, but I won't be doing a 2-month one. I just think it's too close together. My friend Hope, she does keto as well. She does a YouTube and an Instagram. She's a baddie. I'll leave her info down below. She told me that month 2 and month 3 is when like the body changes. And like the changes that I've seen is like my neck and my décolletage and shoulder areas. And the weight that loads of other people are saying as well as my face. I haven't really seen it in that. But then I put like a comparison and I'm like, oh, maybe there is. But if the body is months 2 and 3, I'm ready, baby. But follow me on SophieBBeauty, like I said. That is literally where I post like all the stuff, daily motivation, inspiration, face by face, side by sides, before and afters, food, everything. I've posted all on there, so follow me on that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any other questions, leave them down below. Like I said, please only correct me if it's factual, if it's opinion. We're good, don't worry, we're good, honey. But yeah, I'm just really happy. I'm really proud of myself that I managed to lose 16 pounds in a month. And I know that that's not going to be the same every month. Like I said, the first week you do lose a lot more than normal, so I'm well aware that it's not going to happen every month. If it does, new boobs coming soon. But no, yeah, I'm just really excited. I'm really happy, and it's the best I felt, and other people have noticed it as well, how good I look and how good I feel as well, which is most importantly is like my energy is better as well. Like my sleeping's better, my energy levels are way higher. And I'm really excited to incorporate the gym. The gym is open next week, so I'm really excited to incorporate the gym and keto together to see what I can achieve. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope it was helpful. Please feel free to ask me any questions, like I said. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.